after I was on the plane, or maybe even in Islamabad, and I finally got a good night's sleep, and I was like, whoa, like, what if I did die on this mountain? Like, we didn't even really, not say goodbye, but like even have that connection before we went.
I'm never nervous about Everest, actually, but I was very scared for K2, and so that just added to the stress and emotion of it all. It sounds so like cliche to say, like I was afraid that he wouldn't come back, but I really was.
I felt, especially leaving for K2, was really hard. Like 6 months earlier, a year earlier, we had talked about like kind of the risks and whether it was worth it and all of those kind of hard questions when you go and do something this dangerous. But the week before I left, there was just no time.
I am not a person who thinks like, oh, that'll never happen to me, because it could very well happen to me, and it could very well have happened. I mean, the most likely chance for it to happen was this past summer. And so that was for sure on my mind. But I think I also, because I've spent so much time around it, I was sort of prepared in a way. Like I've mentally like prepared myself for something like that.
After I was on the plane, or maybe even in Islamabad, and I finally got a good night's sleep, and I was like, oh, like, what if I did die on this mountain? Like, we didn't even really, not say goodbye, but like even have that connection before we went.
And like year round, our lives are kind of like, at least his world is kind of all encompassed by Everest. Whether that's like preparing or getting clients or like coming up, you know, doing a film project or whatever that may be, it's all about Everest. And I get tired of hearing about Everest and like having to emotionally go through the process every year.
I had decided to do it, and I just kind of like think I was so focused on the logistics and how to make it right and how to maximize chance of summiting that I really turned off all the other stuff. And it probably wasn't until I was in the season, and one, feeling really weak and uncertain, and two, seeing the actual risk in person myself instead of just hearing about it from friends, that it felt a lot harder. The risk on summit day, like I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have fun on summit day. Like I spent 6 hours being really, really scared of a like random uncontrollable risk. And I I did hate it. The funny thing is, at that point, I think Emily had shifted, and whether she had come to terms with me not coming home or whether she was just on her own project and focusing, her emotion became the stable one while I became the less stable one. And you know, for better or worse, it worked.
The summer helped me a lot. Just be like, okay, I got this. Like, I'm gonna do my own thing and it's gonna be fine. I kind of knew that I wasn't going to be able to succeed on freeing El Cap in a day in a single season. I definitely have to try again. It was really valuable for me, and I'm really like excited with the progress that I made, and I'm totally fine with how it all went, and I'm excited to go try again. I definitely have a lot of nerves and a lot of stress, and I'm pretty overwhelmed right now about it, but I fully want to try again for sure. I mean, you never know, but I think I'll keep trying, at least until I do it, because I think I can do it. Season 2 will include a lot of your suggestions, like our new house and our dog and all of those things, as well as probably a lot of rock climbing, because that's what we're both focusing on this fall.
Yeah, so after season 1, we're gonna take a month or so off, take a little
Yeah.
break, give our filmer, Susie, a little break. She's amazing, filming and editing all these episodes. And then we're gonna start back up while you're in Yosemite this fall, right?
Yeah. So look for new episodes in the fall.
Yosemite, and then I think we're gonna rock climb through the winter. Lots of skiing too, but I'm gonna try to climb 8A, which means nothing, but it's a grade I've never climbed before, and it's really hard for me. So Em's gonna be my coach for 6 months.
Yes.
But it also means I get to go all the places she wants to go, to climb routes she wants to climb. So rock climbing winter with lots of skiing mixed in, probably Spain, other Europe stuff, US, Yosemite, maybe somewhere really remote, TBD.
Yeah.
And then another spring of big climbs. Season 2.
See you there.